Hi, I'm Greg Denning. I love to study ancient scripture and religious texts. One of the most fascinating things that I've learned, particularly from the Old Testament, is that over and over, God called idolatry adultery. And I'm like, wow, it's fascinating, right? So, what is idolatry? It's worshiping idols. It's giving our time, attention, devotion, love, focus, resources to some object, something. And we often think, oh, it's some little statue or something. Very often it can be a TV or money or a car or a hobby. It can be all kinds of things. But why adultery? That's what's fascinating. Stop, wait, whoa, what? Adultery? What, huh? Right? And it's because God feels like you're cheating on Him with something else. You're giving your love and a devotion to something else besides Him. Right? And I wanted to take that idea to our own lives. I think sometimes some of us are guilty of an adultery with our devices, right? Literally, your phone, your tablet, your computer, any screen addiction may be ruining your relationships where you're spending, you'd rather be with your screen than with your spouse or with your family or even your friends. And in a sense, in that biblical sense, it's like adultery. You're having a phone affair, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? It's giving more time and attention and focus to a screen, to a device. Now, I love technology. I love it. I love this computer that I'm recording this on, and my microphones and my lighting and my phone and my iPad. I love the tools that they are. But they're tools. They're not toys. They're not there to consume my life. Right? Like Thoreau said, too often our possessions possess us. The other day I was out riding with my wife. Our children were riding through these trails here in Germany, just spectacular. And there was a little park bench in the woods there, and I rode past, and there's four young men sitting there, and they're all on their phones, not interacting with each other, and they're all just sitting there staring at their phones. Oh, and they've gotten together, and they're not together. And I've seen it on airplanes and in restaurants and families on vacations where they're all just so into their own screens, they're not even with each other anymore. So I want to offer you a challenge. Take a good look at your life. Have you been guilty of idolatry or adultery with the screen addiction? Are you hurting your relationships? Are you giving more time, energy, emotion, focus, priority to your devices? Oh, I got to check my messages, or I got to check my email. I got to check in. Sometimes the first thing we do, even before we get out of bed, we're already on our devices. And the last thing we do before we fall asleep. And so I want to challenge you to disconnect from technology in order to reconnect with your relationships. Let's make sure we're giving top priority to the most important people in our lives. Reach upward.